All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up. And they stay there, and they say yeah, and they stay there. Cause all I do is win, win, win. And if you going in, put your hands in the air.
We're in an arms race with Russia to get the first man to Mars. What the American people don't know is that we need the uranium nugget, which is on that planet. It will help boost the American economy, helping provide better life for all. This will be kept a top secret. I'm calling this meeting here right now, to decide when we'll launch that first man to Mars. Now, you guys know why I called you here today. It's a very important, confidential matter. Now, as the president, I'm hereby calling this meeting into order, and I would just like to thank each and every one of you for being here. Director of CIA, Ms. Joanna. We have Secretary of Defense.
Hello, sir.
How have you been?
Good.
Then we have Director of NASA here, Charlie Bolden. How have you been?
Hello, sir.
Now, Charlie, thank you for these notes that you have for me. Really quick, where is Joe Biden?
Out of candy. I mean, I'm out of candy. Oh, I have a meeting.
I didn't sign off on it.
I'm here. Sorry I'm late. Oh my gosh, what meeting is this? Mr. President. My man. Yep.
Vice President Joe Biden, everyone.
Hello. Hi. Nice to meet you.
Landing on the moon was something that helped lift up JFK's presidency. That is something that I will always want.
Mr. President?
Yes, Ms. Brennan.
Mr. President, JFK was assassinated. Surely you're not comparing yourself to wanting Kennedy type of fame.
MLK was assassinated.
Oh, too soon.
Joe? You know what I mean, Ms. Brennan. I want the bigger picture here. Ms. Bolden, can you please update us on the state of NASA?
Yes, right now I have Jim Watson as the new director for the NASA Mars Exploration Program in the headquarters in Washington.
Thank you, Ms. Bolden. Can we make this landing of the first man on Mars possible? Conceivable? I cannot stress to you how important this is to our country.
Experiment for interior structure will be built by CNES in partnership with DLR and the space agencies of Switzerland and the United Kingdom. It will measure waves of ground motion carried through the interior of the planet from Mars quakes and meteor impacts. The heat flow and physical properties package from DLR will measure heat coming towards the surface from the planet's interior, guided by the images of the surroundings taken by the lander. InSight's robotic arm will place the seismometer on the surface and then place a protective covering over it to minimize effects of wind and temperature on the sensitive instrument. The arm will also put the heat flow probe in position to hammer itself into the ground to a depth of 3 to 5 yards or meters. Another experiment, Mr. President, we will use the radio link between InSight and NASA's Deep Space Network antennas on Earth to measure precisely a wobble in Mars rotation that could reveal whether the planet has a molten or solid core. Wind and temperature sensors from Spain's Centro de Astrobiología and a pressure sensor will monitor...
Go. Yeah, whatever that means. Yeah.
Charlie, is that actually doable? I mean, I know NASA's had tons of budget cuts. Is this something we can actually do? Are you giving the president legitimate information?
Well, your cost would eventually depend on what you plan on doing there, how many people you send, for how long, and even who's going to pay for it all. It's incredible how tight
But what's the
people
bottom
can be.
line? Are we trying to put a man on Mars, or are we trying to get to that? uranium nugget.
All right. We see that both of these things here are important. Obviously, putting a man on Mars will be something we are pioneering as a country. This is something that we want the American people to rally around. Think of the immigrants we have here. They're coming into this country
For the American dream.
But what's really important here is that nugget. We want it. We want to cut it. This could be new in our dollar bills, a new kind of synthetic material. Something important that we need. Something that none of these other countries will ever get. But we don't have to tell them that. Miss Brennan, can you please update myself and the rest of the group on where the CIA stands?
The CIA's primary mission is to collect, analyze, and evaluate foreign intelligence to assist the president in all decisions. I believe this issue is very complex and you need to take this seriously. The CIA suggests that you tax the American people, better yet evoke Executive Order, Mr. President, in order to allow the funds so we can get to Mars first. Russia is right behind us, if not in front of us, and will have a chance of beating us. If you want to be there, we need to make this decision now.
We can't lose to them again. I mean, malarkey.
We have translated the different foreign Russian newspapers, magazine articles, radio ads, and television for an encrypted message.
What was the encrypted message?
We believe, our analysts believe that it says Martin Planet T-minus 2 days.
Well, if they're ready to launch, we need to stall them. We need to use force.
Force? What kind of force?
Can you please share with us your plans for stalling those Russians?
Yes, Mr. President, I would love to share with you amazing people and you, Mr. President, my plan. So here it is. I have a team waiting in the shadows at the Russian space station. And when on my command, on your command, Mr. President, excuse me, they are going to sneak in and disarm the spacecraft so they can never launch.
Do your men even know how to disarm a spacecraft? It takes years of schooling and training to understand the way a complex machine as a spacecraft needs to be disarmed. One wrong move and your men are done.
I am so sorry I didn't even think about that. You are way more qualified than me and my team. I should have thought of that before speaking. I am so sorry. But when I'm saying we're going to disarm the craft, I'm not talking about my men. But I'm not going to share that information with you guys. I don't want to make anyone uncomfortable. I did an oath to protect this country, and me and my special arms group, oh yeah, they'll protect this country. Mr. President, you can count on me.
We need to get this meeting back to order. Mr. President, what are we doing? If we're going to act on this before Russia gets there, we need to act now. Our intelligence is so strong, they'll be moving to Mars, sending a man there within the next 2 days. Mr. President, whether you tax the American people in order to fund it or invoke the executive order, something needs to be done, but we need to make a decision now.
All right, I see. Let me get this back together. As the leader of this meeting, as the leader of the United States of America, I apologize for letting you guys down. This is a little bit out of hand, but I never let you down, America. Now, going from the top, we have talks of going to Mars, sending a man there. The man that's going is going to give America hope, but what they don't know is that he's actually going to get something that we need to get this country out of debt.
Yes, Mr. President.
How much is it going to cost for us to go there?
Well, I've been doing some numbers and it would cost about $5 to $6 billion. Wow.
Those are big numbers. And as you said, we will have to tax the American people out of it.
Or, sir, invoke your executive order. We just go. People can't question you. The government can't question you or check you. You just have that power as the president. If this is really important to the country, sir, you have the right to make that decision.
Then this is why you're here. We've done that in the past. We'll do it now again. Joe? What do you think we should do on this one?
Well, Mr. President, I say yes.
Are you kidding me?
I say no. Right?
Mr. Hagel, do we have SEAL Team 6 on this thing?
My men will not let you down, Mr. President. We are ready to attack. I have a video to show you to prove that.
Alright. I've decided. We're going to call a press conference. We're going to explain our decision to America. We are in fact sending a man to Mars. Low key though, I'm a little nervous for this announcement. This is going to be one small step for man and one giant leap for the US government.
My fellow Americans, I now present to you President Barack Obama.
Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. We're here today for a very important matter, America. Very important matter here. The things that we have met about leading up to this are monumental. We as a body are going to send a man to Mars. Yes, we're sending a man to Mars. I know. We want to give you guys hope for a better future. Sending a man to Mars will get all the rest of these countries on board, funding on board. These types of things are what's going to get us out of debt. We're going to give people coming into our country something to look forward to. Something that they can say, I was a part of that. This will go down in history. Something of what JFK did when he sent a man to the moon. We are just about reenacting that, but we're going bigger. We're going farther. We're sending a man to Mars. This is for you, America. And last but not least, to conclude this public address, I would like to invite up the director of NASA, Charlie Bolden. Charlie, I would like to publicly thank you for everything that you're doing for this country. Your hard work and dedication and number crunching has gone beyond measure of what anyone would be able to understand. Thank you. Of course. Thank you. And thank you, America.
all I do